Hello, you're listening to Raving Geeks, your one-stop shop for all things geeky and pop culture. We're your hosts. I'm Christian Valk.
And I'm Carter Salley.
In light of Halloween being only a few days away, which I'm very excited, Carter, how about you?
Oh, I'm so excited, man.
We thought we'd spook things up again with another guest episode, so joining us today to talk about cryptids and urban legends is CM Life's editor-in-chief, Lauren Rice. How are you doing today, Lauren?
Fantastic. How you doing?
I had a very long day, but glad you're doing well. Carter, how are you doing today as well?
I also had a long day, so
Yeah.
I'm excited to get this started.
Lauren decided to prepare a bracket for us today.
I did. You know, some people have March Madness, but frankly, my apologies to our CMU basketball teams, but I'm not a basketball fan.
Neither am I.
So I thought Cryptid Chaos might be a little bit more fun.
I'd agree.
All right. So in the preliminaries, we're going to have 4 rounds. So that'll give us 8 cryptids to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll break that down as we move along. But for our first fight, I call this the hairy category.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be between Bigfoot and Yeti.
And
You seem to have some opinions about this.
now, they're practically the same in a way. They're both bipedal ape men.
That's why I put them in the same category.
However, I think we share the opinion that the Yeti wins this.
I would agree.
However, I have seen some depictions of Bigfoot, like very carnivorous Bigfoot, and I could see those depictions being very evenly matched at times. Ooh, but if we're basing it on fighting, are we basing it on fighting or how much we like him?
No, fighting.
Okay, then the Yeti wins.
Okay.
But if it was over liking, I would still take Bigfoot.
Okay, what do you think?
Oh, definitely Yeti takes it. For
Okay.
both categories, honestly, for me. I love the Everest ride from Disney. So.
It's dude, the Yeti animatronic,
It's still super cool. I know it's
even
still
though
busted,
it doesn't
but
work.
Yeah,
at
it's
times.
still awesome looking.
Yeah, I'm guessing you agree
Oh,
on this.
I definitely agree. I am a Yeti fan, and I'm not talking about the brand. I mean,
The brand is great, though.
I've loved him since The Abominable Snowman and Monster Inc.
Mm-hmm.
Or Monsters Inc. Like, I just love that movie growing up. And it's... Yes, thank you. And it's just, I don't know. It's very nostalgic for me.
As it should. What do we got next?
All right, next up is the winged category. So we're going to be talking about the Jersey Devil and Mothman.
It's actually kind of hard.
That
If
is a
I remember
hard
correctly,
one.
the Jersey Devil is just a goat with bat wings.
And hooves and a forked tail. It's practically the devil.
But
Hence
well,
the name.
but bipedal. Mothman's just this muscular furry.
Yeah,
ass
physically,
dude with
Mothman
wings.
is just this beefy, like any depiction unless you're talking about the Shin Megami Tensei Persona universe, where Mothman is a fat bipedal moth,
Yes.
like that's shaped like a pill. But if we're talking like other depictions of it, Mothman is just this massive bipedal anthropomorphic moth.
Everybody who wants to gain needs Mothman as their role model.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, look at the dude in some of the photos. They just really.
I
buff
mean,
him the
some
crap
people
out.
might want the Jersey Devil as their role model,
Very.
which is just a
We do have
skinny
a
goat
sports
man.
team, yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm going with Mothman on this one. I think Mothman takes it.
See,
Like
what are
putting the Hulk up against
powers
Iron Man,
of
you know? The Jersey Devil's
the
good on his own
Jersey
turf,
Devil?
but Mothman is still going to wreck him.
Okay, but okay. So
Did you find the Easter egg?
what?
What?
What? What?
Keep going.
What?
You just realized something. I think you realized what I was going for here.
Okay, so I was just looking at the stats of the
They have
Jersey.
stats?
The Jersey Devil has stats.
What's his speed?
The Jersey Devil
Kill streak?
is
What are
said
we
to
talking about?
move quickly, has a high-pitched scream,
Yeah.
can breathe
It's a goat.
fire,
Yeah, yeah.
and is invulnerable to any weaponry.
Well, that's okay. He's not invulnerable to fists.
But
Mothman's got plenty of
It
those.
also can fly. It's
So can-
practically
so
a
can
dragon.
Mothman.
It's
Yeah.
Okay, now if we figure out what are moths attracted to,
Oh,
See, I think this is what you're trying to talk about. Okay.
See, that's the mindset that I was going into with it. Was like, I don't know if they're gonna be on the same page with me about this. But...
See, now I agree. I was going to say, I was like, there's something about the Jersey Devil that I'm missing in my notes here that I know definitely beats Mothman in a way. I'm sorry, Carter, but the Jersey Devil is burning Mothman alive.
I did not even consider that. He might end up killing himself.
He probably will.
He might. That's fair. I'll give it to Jersey Devil.
Moving on.
That was a very good point made.
The Jersey Devil wins by a landslide, I think.
Yeah.
Just by pure incident.
Alright, well, now we're going to move on to our aquatic category, which I think will also be a blowout, but
yeah.
I'm biased.
Okay. Is it Nessie and versus someone else?
It's Nessie and the Loveland Frog.
So is it just a frog or is it a frog man?
It is a frog man.
It's a frog.
It's a frog man.
Let me see if I can.
What is his abilities?
Loveland
Can he
frog
get people high?
This is the best. This is my favorite picture of the.
Oh, that's literally just a frog.
It is just a massive frog that.
Oh, that's hilarious! Yeah, Nessie wins, absolute landslide, herbivore or not.
Yeah, and I mean for like a bipedal 4-foot tall frog, like I feel like his only shot is escape.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't know how realistic.
But he's also a beefy frog.
What picture is that?
Nessie's just gonna slap him to death.
Why does that remind me of those like alpha wolf pictures?
Does it have a penis?
No, it doesn't.
It looked like it in the picture from far away.
God.
He might have weaponry.
What weaponry does Frogman have against
a spear?
A spear?
That's BS. He's never been depicted with a spear.
You don't know that?
Show me a picture. Google that.
Do you?
That's not the most official looking thing.
It's from the Buffy cartoon.
Nah, that's his official use. He was on Buffy?
He can walk on land. I don't know if Nessie's walking on land.
That's why I'm saying the only chance that this thing has is escape. But that's not winning.
Well, if Nessie can walk, right? On its like little flipper things.
Probably like a seal on land.
Like a seal.
Okay.
Which means if it goes downhill, it's gonna roll like hell towards that thing. I hope that frog can run fast enough.
From what I can see...
Indiana Jones style.
Yeah.
There's something I just found.
What?
According to some theories, the Loveland Frog may have power of time travel. I am going to make the argument that the Loveland Frog could win this fight.
Okay, but let's see this Loveland Frog. I want to see the eyewitnesses to this thing.
What?
Who has seen this thing time travel?
Yeah,
that's
right?
True,
that's my
true.
question. Who
No one,
hop into
because
some
he time
Rick and
travels.
Morty-ass portal and hopped back in.
No one's gonna believe someone saying that a frog time traveled.
Oh god, I said hop. I made a pun.
I mean, what if he's a poison dart frog?
Yeah, if Nessie eats him, we don't know what type of frog he. Well,
He
squish
could
him.
be secret.
Are poison dart frogs to the touch, or I forget?
I don't know.
Poison
There's
ones.
venomous and poisonous.
Well,
I forget that.
I mean, it's from Ohio.
It's from Ohio.
I feel like
That's
that's
not
an
store.
automatic owl.
Okay.
My money's on Nessie for this one.
I don't know. You made that argument for the poison frog.
I'm not gonna
I don't
tell
know.
him.
There aren't poison frogs in Ohio.
Is it confirmed poison, or is that just a hunch?
It's a hunch.
That's
Okay.
his theory from like
We
2
did
minutes
it.
ago.
We did also say it could hack technology and time travel, so.
Hey, I believe the time travel and spears,
I'm
not the hack
going back to
technology.
basics and going with Nessie.
I still give it to the frog.
And you're still outvoted.
It's 2-1.
I know.
All right, for our last one of the preliminary fights, we have the dog-adjacent creatures, which actually brings
Okay.
us back to the honorable mention that we missed earlier, which is a local favorite, the Michigan Dogman.
We can talk about him in a bit.
Okay.
Unless you'd like to get into it now before we move on. I'm gonna leave that up to you.
No, we can talk about it. I think we'll get the details when we debate here.
Yeah.
But it's Michigan Dogman and the Chupacabra.
Okay. I'm a little biased here, I think. which is a word we've been tossing around quite a bit here, Lauren. But the chupacabra, the goat sucker, he's a pretty cool dude.
It's true.
However, the Michigan Wolfman's also pretty interesting.
Michigan Dogman?
Michigan Dogman, what? It's still a werewolf in a way.
It is, yeah.
First allegedly witnessed in 1887 in Wexford County, Michigan. It's described as a blue-eyed 7-foot bipedal...
Or amber-eyed.
Or amber-eyed, you're right. Canine-like animal with the torso of a man and the fearsome howl of a... a fearsome howl that sounds like a human scream. Robert Fortney was attacked by 5 wild dogs and said that one of the 5 walked on 2 legs. That's pretty interesting, and I think that's the most well-known encounter of the Michigan Dogman. But there's also other reports, but basis of it is just a bipedal dog.
So for
versus the chupacabra.
I mean, the guy in Paris said he was attacked by 5 dogs, and they said, well, one of them just had to have a human torso. I'm like, yeah, sure, that's real reliable. 5 dogs.
Now, I love the Michigan Dogman, and I'm sure you do too.
It's true.
However, I just gotta go with the chupacabra.
Really? Why?
It's a tiny... The Dogman is picking that thing up by the throat and slamming it down.
Depending on how fast it is. You don't know that?
The Dogman's pretty fast. If we're going on lycanthropy, I mean, they have enhanced speed, so...
Hey, the chupacabra's all it's gotta do is suck the blood.
tiny lizard.
It's gotta suck the blood.
It's a tiny lizard.
He
can throw that thing against a brick wall and go splat.
It's a dog-sized lizard, actually. Thank you very much.
Not the classic Grindelwald.
I give it to the chupacabra because I'm biased. And I also think all he's got to do is suck the Dogman's blood.
He's got to suck the Dogman's.
Anyway, who are you back?
Anyways,
Dogman, 100%.
Right.
It's not even an argument. Dogman, 1000%.
Lauren, it comes down to you.
Once again, going with the Dogman.
I'm 2 for 2 here.
Splat.
I'm 2 for 2 here, man.
This brings us to the semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
So... this one is between the Yeti and the Jersey Devil.
Ooh. I want to say Yeti. But
you continue, and then I'll make my counterpoint here.
It depends. Okay, so if the Yeti's got frost powers, Jersey Devil wins. If the Yeti is just like a normal ape,
okay, that actually leads into my counterpoint.
Then the Yeti takes it. You know,
the fire beats the Yeti, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's where I'm running into. Also, is the Yeti going to jump up and grab the flying fire-breathing creature?
Maybe.
Maybe?
I don't know, Holt's done it.
I love the Yeti. I also love the Jersey Devil. However, I think I gotta give it to the Jersey Devil. The Jersey Devil's gonna breathe fire, burn the hairs off. It's gonna be cold. And, you know, if it does happen to have the ice powers, like you mentioned, what's a fire-breathing creature gonna do?
I mean, that Yeti's pretty strong, and it's just a goat.
Well...
I feel like it's gonna be like Juggernaut from Deadpool 2, when he's like, I'm gonna tear you in half now. And then, you know, he tears him by the antlers, and perfect even split.
Maybe. Know? I still give it to the Jersey Devil. I'm locking in Jersey Devil.
I'm locking in Yeti.
Wow, okay, I was gonna go Jersey Devil with this one.
Yeah!
Name your case, Lauren.
I don't really have a very complicated case. I just think that the firepower and the flying are gonna overpower the brute strength.
I agree.
It's strategy versus
also
strength.
Speed. That's another thing.
I'm still standing with Yeti. My boy.
Hey. The Yeti's my boy too, but like he's getting his ass handed to him by.
I feel like he could take out the Jersey Devil.
I mean, I could see it being an even matchup, but I still give it most times to the Jersey Devil.
Up next, we have Nessie and the Michigan Dogman.
Who?
which is really interesting
Huh.
geographically, because how would this even come to happen?
It wouldn't, but I
Hey,
don't...
Hypothetically.
how did Dracula get from one place to another by boat? You know, they could have just sealed him away in a cage.
by
and,
turning
you know.
into a bat.
I was not going like that.
I know.
But I was gonna present it like Voyage of the Demeter, and Nessie just like bumps and then they fight because he gets free. And I kind of frame it like how Pirates of the Caribbean fought.
Yeah.
A lot
Oh,
of
we haven't even
Dogman's
talked
attacks are gonna be
Kraken.
like on the back because little Nessie's gonna be flipping her flippers like this, and I don't know.
The
I don't think that neck can rotate 180. I'm not sure though.
It's got a lot of joints in it.
It's got a lot of joints.
The Michigan Dogman's hopping on the back and chokeholding Nessie.
See, now it just makes me
See, that
sad.
could happen.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
but
That neck looks pretty strong though.
The issue is Nessie, if it comes outside of water, is pretty slow, I'd want to say.
Mm-hmm.
If it comes down to inside the water, Nessie wins. That's where it comes down to. You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause I feel like
have a
with-
really interesting image of a humanoid doggy paddling right now. It's really entertaining.
But like, say they make it outside of the water. What are you gonna do? The Dogman's going to go up and Nessie's head. Which I know that's very graphically intense.
I mean, I just talked about the Jersey Devil being split in half. I think
Yeah.
they're okay.
But like, I'm just imagining just jaw break.
I'm
My
going
bad.
with my lycanthrope fellas and sticking with Dogman. He's got an uneven chance, but I have to stick to my guns.
I don't know what to put this one at.
Exactly. Like, I don't even know, really. I don't have a solid answer for you.
Yeah,
So I'm going to say just Dogman because I like Dogman better.
fair.
Sorry,
Lauren.
Nessie. I did visit you, but...
You're
Dogman's
biased
better.
on both. That's the thing.
I'm actually more biased towards Nessie, so I have to go Nessie for this one.
This still comes down to me not knowing.
Hey, you did this to me on the last one.
Yeah, I know I did. Let me think on this. So, like I said, if Nessie is out of water, then I think it's Dogman. However, by pure size, I got to give it to Nessie, unfortunately.
Nessie? Alright.
Nessie's
Okay.
got the size on the Dogman.
Oh, I didn't even think. What if she just crocodiles the Dogman?
Oh, does like a
and does the
death
barrel
roll?
roll
Does
thing?
the
Yeah,
death
the death
roll?
roll thing?
This still comes down to the theory I had on if it's outside of water or in water.
Oh.
If it's in water, Nessie wins no matter what.
I still feel like Nessie just rolls over on land.
That's true.
Squash.
But then we'll have a beached Nessie.
yeah, and then they both die, and then that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Alright, that brings us to the last round with two favorites.
the two favorites.
Jersey Devil and Nessie.
It is.
That is kind of weird because it's like, it's fire and water going head to head.
Right.
Well, it's earth and water going head to head with fire and air. So it's 2-on-2 elements that they kind of all contradict each other, which is really strange.
It's like the Avatar.
Yeah. Plus, Nessie doesn't really have any defenses.
Unless, well,
Big sea.
splashing water.
Oh no, the goat got wet. And
A big enough wave could throw off his balance.
He could, and then if Nessie can grab him and pull him under.
like a claw machine.
Yeah, I
A
mean.
reverse claw machine.
Dude, but I love the Jersey Devil. That's the issue. But like, you're right. Neither of them, a fight against them would just not work in a way.
Yeah.
I feel like they just end up becoming friends. It's like the whole Batman v Superman thing where they just stop fighting at that point because they're both gonna kill each other.
You remember the romance plot line in Shrek between Donkey and the Dragon?
Yeah.
No other comment.
That's pretty funny.
I give it to Nessie.
Wow.
And my only reasoning is that Nessie could jump out of the water, nab him.
Nessie, the 1,000-pound dinosaur, is
You
going to
don't-
leap out of the water.
You
leap.
Hey, she's
whales
got
can
room
jump
for a
out of the
race dog.
water.
Oh, but not very far. I'm guessing
That doesn't
tiny
matter.
little bastard can fly at
That
least higher
doesn't
than
matter,
that.
Carter.
What do
That
you mean
doesn't-
it doesn't matter.
The neck. Okay. Whales can jump out of water. Why can't Nessie?
How high
Yes.
can they jump out of the water?
Not very far, but I'm giving Nessie the advantage using the neck.
Oh.
I mean, Brachiosauruses can stand on their hind legs,
they
Carter.
have to make an arc. That's how the body gets out because of the momentum.
Who says that she can't get the momentum underwater?
It's just gonna go up like this and then belly flop.
I'm sorry, Lauren.
Order in the court.
Sorry, Lauren.
All right.
Okay, but if Brachiosauruses can stand on their hind legs to reach taller trees, why can't Nessie to just jump out of the water? Get the momentum throughout the water. She's got speed.
Really silly image.
That's the thing. Nessie can get up in speed when underwater.
I always forget that Nessie can really swim.
She's fast underwater.
Even Scooby-Doo has shown that, and I always forget it.
And that can get the momentum out of water.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Okay, I buy that.
Okay.
Final vote.
Nessie.
It's Nessie.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. You can find our other episodes on CM Life and eventually Spotify, probably. Lauren, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Of course. Thanks for having me. And everybody, don't forget, support your local cryptid.
That's true.
That's true.
Be sure to check out other cryptids that we have not mentioned. It's a fun rabbit hole to go down. Plenty of information online. Stay geeky, everybody.
Stay geeky.
Stay geeky.